Uncultured goes deeper than what you may hear. To be uncultured does not mean I'm not cultured. Simply put, at birth, I was robbed of my identity, robbed of the chance to know my roots that may have branched out to bigger gardens and pastures that may have enriched my spirits. See, I was robbed. I was forced into a culture that didn't look like me, that didn't breathe like me, that didn't move like me. That wasn't me. See, I was robbed. I became this being always searching and searching for something, not knowing what existed, searching and searching, not knowing what I was going to find. What the hell was I looking for? Whatever it was, it definitely was around me. I couldn't touch it, I couldn't see it, I couldn't hear it, I couldn't smell it. But let me tell you, I could feel it. I knew deep down inside of me there was something that moved me, soothed me, comforted me when I needed comforting, healed me when I needed healing, loved me when I needed loving, guided me when I needed guiding, motivated me when I needed motivating. But see, I was still robbed. See, I wasn't white enough to be Caucasian. I wasn't Asian enough to be Chinese. I wasn't Native enough to be indigenous. But I was just left to be me, alone. The only one of my race, but surrounded by those culturally insiders that didn't belong. And even though these cultures ran through my veins, it wasn't me. We're not the same. But I finally found what I was searching for. It took me 30 years to realize in my search I found me. I adapted who I was. I culturalized myself. I took myself out the very idea of being molded to fit into anyone's version of culturalism. I became uncultured in my own right. I allowed myself the freedom to culturalize myself based off my own values, morals, beliefs. God became the uncultured agent. So, I started my journey going on like Instagram, where I did this thing that Andy's familiar with. I don't know if any of you guys been like live hopping. So I would spend like 8 to 10 hours a day just keep on going to live. So I took my social media from like 20 followers to like 4,000 followers just for going live hopping. And the next thing I know, I've never spotlighted for anyone, I've only featured. And given that said, it gave me other opportunities. I was able to get to the 1 Million Path, where they do suicide prevention. So I go through corporate events and everything, doing, just speaking on suicide awareness and prevention. So that brought me into correctional facilities. And in these correctional facilities, it's an expression workshop. So by no means necessary do I actually teach poetry. I don't do that, right? I'm not going to tell someone how good their poetry is or how bad their poetry is, if their thoughts is meaningless or if they are meaningful. But what I am going to do is teach how to express yourself in a positive manner. And a lot of times for me, I know I can easily tell someone how I feel in a poem than I can tell them in face to face. So I did this, I was real nervous when I was offered to go into just a correctional facility and teach. Draped in clothing, but my emotions stay naked on these stages. You know, I grew up old school. They said you spare the rod, you spoil the child. So all the while I stayed seen and not heard. So it's not that absurd, but at times I only speak when spoken to. Just you know, the little boys they cry. They have to suck up that bottleneck and hold all this shit inside. And since little girls were made from sugar and sweets and everything nice, we can't be. Because reaping brings salt. And last I heard, salt ain't sweet. So really, there's no difference between genders. Little boys, little girls, still stuck as a mental prisoner. No beats, no cries. Be solid like a rock, be sturdy like wood, cut into logs, scraped, chiseled in their ways, carved in their thoughts. See, I was their puppets, but even Pinocchio said, fuck it, we won't need things. So did I. So I got tired of being a poem, so I wrote them. From my diaries to my poetry, I found felt free. See, it didn't tell me how to think or how it feels, but it did teach me how to heal. So I kept writing and writing, even when it was the only thing I had, I kept it. So I never needed validation, and definitely not confirmation that I was gifted this talent. But I felt something in me tell me that my poetry was no longer for me. It was for community. So I performed my pieces in places it didn't even know it could be, because see, my poetry is both seen and heard. My poetry speaks when it's not supposed to. So just like he said, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't believe it. Woo. It's Amy, and I am a serial plant killer. Ironic how that may sound, since I bought each of them because I thought I was a healer. I watered too much when they didn't need water, or I forgot they was even there, and they never even got a list of hydration. The duration either way caused them to die. I killed them in the most horrific way. Kind of like I do myself. I watered myself to the point I overflowed, too selfish to share, so I spill over until my glass cracks and I can't hold it anymore. Because it seeps under concrete, where weeds grow, and they get pulled out because the aesthetics never match pavements, just like me. So I'm weeds, and I sometimes grow in places you don't need me, but I still show up in your space because my roots reside there. No pesticide can tarnish my presence. I'm still classified in essence, maybe not in your eyes because you're blind from beauty. And I'm still living, still here, and I still grow in between your cracks. So before you ask me to water your pot, no, sometimes I may water you more than you need, more than you deserve. But sometimes I may not water you at all, just like my plants. I never have the right amount. I'm overwatered, and at times I'm all dried out. So what do we do when the water runs dry? We certainly can't just buy another one. But me, I'm still going to buy plants, kill them, and buy them again and again on repeat, the most vicious cycle. I don't know, y'all, but I guess what I'm asking is, do y'all need a plant sitter? So this one's called Get Her Back. And I got this idea from going on these interviews. They ask you the same old table questions, right? I always get asked, if you could tell your younger self anything, what would you tell her?
Mix and five.
And see, most of the time I stumble. I come up with something empowering, like I would tell the younger me to just do it, to pocket fear and step on anyone or anything in the way. I would tell her you're worth more than what life is handing you. One day you'll break general curses, and the young men you'll soon worth will know a love that you haven't experienced. Really what I meant to say. I would tell her I'm sorry. See, the other day I was talking to someone. I was remembering college, working 2 jobs, an internship, pregnant with no car, just a BMW. That's bus, metro, walking. No complaint. See, I bled determination. I breathed motivation. I drunk on my dreams, and for breakfast I ate my passions. My drive was alive, but somewhere between graduation and my current position, I lost her. And everything that came with her. I forgot how determination looked on me, how the sense of motivation basked inside me. I stopped dreaming. I cheated on my passions with things that were lacking my growth. I do miss it. She carried a lot of trauma that I had to flee from, and I'm learning that everything in life has a sacrifice, and every decision we make, we lose something. Sometimes it's gotta be us. It's not easy to go back to something we once had to run away from. It's a version in all of us hidden so deep in the core of what we grew from, remembering those attributes we once held, blanketed those terrors we had to lay with. And there's a reason we had to let these things go, but there shouldn't be a reason why I can't get them back, because I do need to get them back. And all these years trying to find myself, just let these put all my broken pieces together, but they never fit back the same. Question. Have you ever sat with yourself? Like, truly sits with yourself. I'm talking sitting on the edge of the bed, contemplating your whole life, not just the present, but every past decision, every future endeavor, face off with your own reflection, staring at yourself, but no mirror intact. Mosaics of memories of shattered kaleidoscopes pieced together, but past imperfect pixels, pondering your poorly perceived projections, and you do this shit every morning, even though when you stand up, you do the same old shit. You wash depression off your face. You spit bitterness right down the seam, because you brush out anxiety. You lather lotion on as if it's the potion to band-aid that trauma that you seem to not carry so well, even though you tell yourself you do. You don't. No one else knows. Because you dress yourself with healing. But for me, only half is healed, while the other half is broken. And because they call me a poet, my words are spoken, but some of these emotions are choking as if I left them in silence. Solitary confinement. Hold up. Did I lock up the younger me? Is this the reason why I can't get all these things back? I gotta get it back. Gotta get myself back. Sorry. Younger me. You guys can follow me on IG, Uncultured. Don't be Uncultured.